Yes, she's the last one. Good morning. Could I please have everyone stand for the national anthem?
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Scott. I want to personally congratulate the graduating class of 2022 on your exceptional accomplishment. I also want to thank your teachers, faculty, and staff for another school year and for all the help they've given you over the years. And I want to thank deeply your parents and family for supporting these wonderful young people along the way. Young people, you are closing one chapter of your lives and moving on to the next. And I know that your transition into young adulthood, regardless of what path you decide to take from here, will mature you and grow you in ways you never thought were possible. Your education is something that no one can take away from you. And I want you to be empowered to use the knowledge that you have right now to help someone, to meet a need in your community, and to make a difference in our city and ultimately the world. Young people, continue to challenge yourselves and those around you. That is the only way that you will grow into the best version of yourself. Congratulations again, class of 2022.
As the CEO of Baltimore City Public Schools, I am so pleased and excited to extend my sincere congratulations to the class of 2022. I also want to thank and congratulate your families, neighbors, community members, as well as the school leaders and staff who have worked alongside you and supported you in reaching this goal today. Words cannot describe how proud I am of each and every one of you. Your hard work and perseverance enabled you to reach this moment. Some of you have overcome incredible obstacles like 18 months of disruption caused by COVID-19, and others have just had personal challenges and struggles. But one thing that we know today is you are here because you dug in, you worked hard, and now the world gets to enjoy all the talents and gifts that you are bringing. You are the future and present leaders of Baltimore City. You are the ones who are going to take forth this torch today at graduation to say to the world that you have something positive to contribute. We are thrilled to be launching you officially. We know that the world needs all that you have. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all of you. We wish you the best of success in your life after Baltimore City Schools, but know that we will always be here to support you. Know that we will always be here to celebrate you. And thank you for being the class of 2022.
Good morning, guys. On this morning, June 13th, 2022, I am proud and honored to present the 48th commencement ceremony of Achievement Academy at Harbor City High School. This year has been quite a ride. Returning to classrooms with COVID fears, the Omicron variant, getting used to being around each other again. It was a scary time for all of us. But the work that you all put in, the adaptability you've shown to make it here today, it's inspiring, and it bodes really well for the future of Baltimore City. Today, we are so proud of you. I would like to take a moment to recognize some very important people and organizations that have helped us in the work of providing support to the students in reaching this milestone. First, I want to acknowledge my senior advisors. The work that you guys have put in, the countless calls and emails and time after school to ensure that this ceremony was possible. Your passion for our students and attention to detail for our 48th commencement is one of the most seamless events I've been a part of in years. I thank you. Also, my administrative team, Ms. Marion Peck and Mr. Dwayne Dowell, they've been amazing assistant principals, and they were integral in facilitating our transition back from virtual learning into our physical building, improving student engagement. They've just been pillars of consistency in difficult times, and I thank you for that. I would also like to thank the administrative offices at North Avenue for their consistent support of our students, particularly Dr. Jane Harris, Mr. Anthony Pena, Mr. Roger Shaw, Dr. Renata Tanks, Mr. Ernest Miles, and Ms. Mavis Jackson for their consistent and passionate efforts for our students. To the dignitaries that have joined us on stage today to assist in the conferring of diplomas, School Board Commissioner Atira Griffin and our Chief of Staff Allison Perkins-Cohen, and our commencement speaker, who was able to fill in for us in the last moment, and I appreciate that like I can't even explain, the Honorable City Councilman from District 9, Dr. John Bullock. Thank you for sharing this occasion with us. At this point, if I could have my teachers and staff please stand. And I know a lot of you are watching back at the live stream back at school, but I've always been impressed, and I'm continue to be impressed by the high level of love and care that you pour into our students on a daily basis. I want to highlight a student response that I saw on one of our end-of-year student learning plans because it touched me as I think it will touch you. It said, "My greatest achievement this year was really learning. I was so happy to have teachers that worked and helped me, and if it wasn't for those loving teachers I had." That love you show our students was clear to everyone that stepped foot in our building this year. I thank you so much, teachers and staff. You are the heart and soul of our school. I'd also be remiss if I didn't spend a moment to thank one of our partners that is leaving Achievement Academy at the end of this school year. Mr. Mario Clark, could you please stand? Mr. Clark works for us through the College Bound Foundation, and he's meant so much to so many of us. I know all of our soon-to-be graduates seated here today will admit that he has pushed them, hounded them, and by all means possible worked to help our students on their way to achieve their goals beyond high school. Mr. Clark, your promotion is very well deserved, and we will miss your positive attitude and work ethic. Thank you for all of your years of service to us. You made us all better for knowing you. And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, I want to thank the parents, guardians, and loved ones that supported your graduate through this journey. I particularly want to thank you for trusting us to work hard on behalf of educating your children. And believe me, I know sometimes that's hard. But your love and support have helped them get this far. Keep that love and support going for as long as you can, because these graduates can do anything because of it. Families, for all that you do and all that you've done to be the rock of your child, we thank you. And if we could all give a big Baltimore City round of applause for our parents and families. You guys are really awesome. At this time, I'd like to take a moment to honor our co-salutatorians, Shayla Belcher and Adamari Perez Marquez. You guys have a lot to be proud of. They came to us from Baltimore Polytechnic Institute and Baltimore City College, respectively, and they are both graduating with a weighted GPA of 2.6. Shayla will be working with our partner Grad to Careers and focus on working with young children, and Adamari, who was duly enrolled in BCCC this year, will continue at BCCC with a focus on nursing. I would also like to honor our valedictorian at Achievement Academy, Mr. Arnel Salgado Albando. Arnel came to us at Achievement Academy in September of this year, and since his arrival, he has worked hard to attain a GPA of 2.9. His post-high school plans are to begin an apprenticeship training for carpentry at the Eastern Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Arnel Salgado Albando.
Good morning, families, friends, teachers, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2022. Buenos días, familias, amigos, maestros, y más importante, la clase graduando 2022. I am Onel Bando. I'm 20 years old. I was born and grew up in a small country called Nicaragua. Soy Onel Obando, tengo 20 años de edad, nací y crecí en un pequeño país llamado Nicaragua. Since I was a little, my mother's house always taught me many values, which I currently keep, such as discipline, responsibility, and keeping my promises. Desde pequeño mi madre siempre me enseñó muchos valores, los cuales hoy en día conservo como responsabilidad, disciplina y mantener mis promesas. She was strict when I was growing up in Nicaragua, but I'm very grateful to her today. I remember one day my mom suggested I play baseball with a small team. At first, I didn't like the idea very much. I was scared because I didn't know how to play it. But I listened to my mom and started enjoying baseball. Baseball also taught me many values, but discipline, responsibility, and keeping my promises, being a man of my word. I had to make the commitment to train Monday to Friday. I had to be responsible for being a member of the team. I had disciplined myself in abiding by all baseball rules. Recuerdo un día que mi mamá sugirió la idea de jugar béisbol. Estaba un poco asustado porque simplemente no sabía cómo jugar. Escuché a mi mamá y simplemente empecé a disfrutar del béisbol. El béisbol también me enseñó los mismos valores: disciplina, responsabilidad, cumplir mis promesas y ser una persona de palabra. Thanks to baseball, I also met incredible people, people that to this day are still my friends, and had the opportunity to visit many places, such Miami, to participate in an international tournament representing my country. In my country, Nicaragua, we live comfortably. When I was a child and I used to hear the word USA, I was ignored. I saw it as a country to visit only, and the country where my sister lived. I had the opportunity to visit it before, and I didn't like the fact to live in a different country. I was a child. I just simply want to go back to play with my friends. In 2018, my country went through a very difficult economic hardship where many people and business were affected. My mother was one of them. She could no longer provide for us the way she used to or wants to. It was at that moment that I made a promise to my mom to make sure we live better. From that moment, my thoughts about the USA changed. It was at that moment that I joined the search of the American dream. The American dream for me means a better quality of life for me and my family. I started high school at the Shipman Academy to build my American dream. I used the same values that my mom taught me: discipline, responsibility, and keeping my promises in my classes. I'm happy to celebrate the start of my American dream with my high school diploma. I would also like to thank my family for always supporting me. Thank them because they are the reason I have achieved this. I want to thank my sister for receiving me in her house and make me feel welcome. And just like everyone else, their advice and support that they have given me throughout the course I have been in this country. Quisiera agradecer también a mi familia por siempre apoyarme, agradecerles porque ellos son la razón de que yo haya logrado esto. Quiero agradecer a mi hermana por haberme recibido en su casa y hacerme sentir bienvenido. Al igual que a todas las personas que me han brindado su consejo y su apoyo a lo largo de mi estadía en este país. I would also like to thank all the teachers from Shipman Academy for making me feel comfortable in each of their classes. As well, I would like to give credit to how professional they are. I want to give credit to Mr. Clark. I think he does a great job as a college advisor. He always tries to teach us different ways so that each one of us has a good future. I would like to thank the ESOL teachers, Miss Allen and Miss Zambrano, who were the first to receive me here. I know I didn't go to all the schools, but I will say that they are the best, just because their dedication to each student. And lastly, Miss Stallings and Miss Benson. Without a doubt, my favorite classes, teachers who, without a doubt, made my learning very entertaining, and I know I learned a lot from both of them, as with all the teachers. So class of 2022, let's celebrate the struggles and victories of making it to this stage and graduating with our high school diploma. Let's celebrate the discipline, responsibility, and keeping our promises to ourselves and families in finishing high school. To many of us, keeping that promise meant coming to a Shipman Academy on a tentative school, leaving our friends from other schools, learning how to balance school and work, but we adjust and work hard. Some of us faced some classes and had to retake them, but we never gave up. We never gave up in our American dream. And as the last great Nipsey Hussle said, the marathon continues. After today, I'm planning on continuing my education on training because I made a promise to my mom that I will accomplish the American dream, and I'm a man of my word. I know high school diploma is just the first step, not the only step to accomplishing my American dream. So I asked my fellow classmates of 2022 at the Shipman Academy, what promise do you make to yourself and your family after high school? Keep those promises so you can fulfill your own American dream. Congrats, class of 2022.
Great job. Really good job. I got it. You don't worry.
Good morning. I'm here to introduce the guest speaker. Councilman Dr. John T. Bullock represents the 9th District, which covers West and Southwest Baltimore. He is a member of the Commission on Historical and Architectural Preservation. Councilman Bullock also serves on the Baltimore City Democratic State Central Committee and was previously a member of the Board of Trustees for St. Mary's College of Maryland. Prior to being elected to the council, Dr. Bullock was an assistant professor in the Department of Political Science at Towson University, and now is a lecturer teaching courses in urban politics and metropolitan studies. Additionally, he served as executive director of the Downtown Baltimore Family Alliance and was president of the Evergreen Protective Association. Dr. Bullock is also on several boards of directors, including the Coppin Heights Community Development Corporation, the Empowerment Academy, Baltimore Curriculum Project, and Behavioral Health Systems of Baltimore. Throughout the years, Councilman Bullock has served in a number of professional capacities. As a Baltimore City Mayoral Fellow, he worked with the Baltimore Department of Housing and Community Development in the Office of the Commissioner. Prior to his academic career, Dr. Bullock worked with the government of the District of Columbia as planner in the Department of Transportation and in the Executive Office of the Mayor as a Capital City Fellow. Councilman Bullock received a doctorate in government and politics from the University of Maryland, College Park in 2009, a master's in city and regional planning from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill in 2002, and a BA magna cum laude in political science from Hampton University in 2000. Dr. Bullock is a brother of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated and a Prince Hall Mason. He is a proud father of 2 sons, Thomas and George. Now introducing Dr. Councilman John T. Bullock.
So good morning, everyone. Good morning, Achievement Academy family. Congratulations to the graduates. It is truly a pleasure to be in front of you this morning. As you know, if you look at your program, you'll see Damian Cooper mentioned. Damian Cooper is a good friend of mine who manages Project Numa. And so we'll talk about that a little bit later. But again, our pathways have brought us to this point today. And so I'm very elated to be here with you this morning. So what I will say is that you've been through a lot. We've all been through a lot of his last 2 years, coming through a pandemic, online learning, online instruction, and you find yourselves at this point. And I was at a similar place where you are. Just over 25 years ago, 1996, I was graduating from high school. And I know what it meant to my parents, but also I can tell you that it wouldn't have been possible without my teachers, without my mentors, without my coaches, without the staff, without others who are pouring into my life. And so there have been people who've been pouring into your existence, and so definitely want to show them that gratitude for being there at this point. And what I will also say to you, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, the siblings, the guardians, everyone plays this huge supportive role. But the question then becomes, where are you going from here? What's the next step on your journey? Because this future that you're going to chart, it's all up to you at this point. It's up to you to determine what your future is going to be. And a lot of you are up for some new adventures, which are going to be very, very exciting. So we start thinking about these opportunities for careers and trades and higher education, employment, also possibly families and other relationships we're going to have. Now, you heard that bio, and I want to speak directly to you. You've heard this bio, and I've been blessed, and I use that term very deliberately. Been very blessed to be in this space. But understand that I was the first in my family to achieve a lot of things you just mentioned. And quite frankly, been able to live out these dreams and breaking certain cycles, overcoming certain obstacles. And when I'm talking about, they're talking about things like addiction, like incarceration, like unemployment that I've seen family and friends struggle with. And not to mention gun violence, having family members and friends who have been on both sides of that situation. And so I will tell you that there are some peers, some classmates who came along for the journey and some people who fell along the way. And so let me use a metaphor for life that's been great for me, and it's around running. And I don't know how many of you are athletes. I had the blessing and the opportunity to be the first in my family to go to college. And I had academic scholarships, I had athletic scholarships, but I took the academic route. But I still run. And one of the things I learned is that running is a metaphor for life, literally. And I have my younger son, and some people may see that he runs as well. And we were at a track meet all day yesterday. But my coach always told me that every race is a learning experience. Now, we can take it away from the track, but think about every time that you've had the opportunity to engage in a particular activity. What did you learn? What could you do differently? What did you do well? And that's going to be something that's going to follow you throughout life. Every day, every time you get up is a new opportunity to learn, to grow, literally to achieve. And what I will also say to you is that where you have been is not necessarily where you're going. There's a higher purpose for you. There's another step along this journey. And let me tell you the other thing about running, right? We learn that we get faster running with faster people. So I challenge you, surround yourself with people who are moving in the direction that you want to move. Look at your circle. Look at where you want to go. Are they going where you want to go? Because I guarantee you, who you surround yourself with will pay off or not, depending on who you select. The other part that I would say, too, is that running is both an individual sport and a team sport. Let me tell you it in this way. You can run this race of life, right? And you have to stay in your lane and focus on your goal. But also, you have teammates you can cheer for. There are other folks who may fall down along the way. I've fallen in races before. We're all going to fall down in life. But then we get up and we finish that race. And I guarantee you, all of us have fallen in life, and all of you have. And the question is, will you get back up and finish that race? And I pray that you will. Let me also say this as well, right? We're also in this relay race of life. Your grandparents, your parents, they're handing that baton to you to take it around that track. And I need you to pass it on to another generation because there are younger people coming up behind you. You're going to be future leaders of this city, of this state, of this country. In whatever field, whatever academic discipline you go into, whatever career, you are our future. And so we are prayerful that you will, again, guide us into this glorious future that we all are looking forward to. What I'll also say to you is that life can be very uncertain. So make every day count. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, but understand that there are people in your life who've invested in you, and I will tell you this story. So I mentioned to you being in this space 25 years ago, 26 years ago. I remember graduating from college. We're at Coppin State University, a historically black college, and I got a chance to go to Hampton University, another historically black college. But as I sat there on that graduation day, having just buried my mother the week before, I know what it's like to sit there with tears in your eyes, thinking about those who are not with you at this point. But understand that there are people who may be no longer with you physically, but are here with you spiritually. And they're on this journey with you, and the best thing you can do to make them proud and live on that legacy is to take all of those nuggets, all those jewels that they poured into you, and live your life to the fullest. So what I will say to you also is to give yourself every chance to be successful. And I will tell you, I'm so happy seeing these babies and these young people here as well, because this is for all of us. I want these young people to see their siblings, their cousins, their family members achieving, because it puts a spark in their brain that whatever is possible can be achieved. And I'm thinking about what your commencement speaker also mentioned in terms of this American dream. And I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that American dream is for all of us, right? How do we then take one step along that ladder and push our families forward, push ourselves forward? Having this vision for what's possible. And again, everything is truly, truly in front of you. And so understand that just this top of this one hill is just the beginning of the next journey, the next step, the next mountain for you to climb. And understand that we are so, so very proud of you for what you've done, where you've been, but also where you're going and what you're going to do. So congratulations to the class of 2022. God bless you. I'm looking forward to seeing you doing great things.
Graduation is nothing more than a new beginning, an opportunity for you to continue winning. The world is yours. Travel the right paths and follow the right people. Always keep faith. Never stop hoping. In your heart holds a token that will guide you during this next chapter. Capture the moments that made you who you are. The stars are forever aligned. Time after time, you overcame struggles, made you stronger, made you wiser. Let's grow from the mistakes. Let's continue to rise up. Your future decision-making will shape your ultimate reality. Find your voice, if you haven't already, and use it to inspire the next generation of students who will come along the way. Your presence is here to stay. Graduation is a milestone that many don't reach. So let me assert my firmest belief. No matter what obstacles you face in life, always pursue your passion. Congratulations to the class of 2022. You made it.
Thank you, Dr. Bullock, for your words. I greatly appreciate it. Now is the time that you have been waiting years for. In recognition of the records and achievements of the students of this class, and by virtue of the authority vested in me as principal of Achievement Academy at Harbor City High School, I certify that these students have met the graduation requirements of both Baltimore City Public Schools and the Maryland State Department of Education. I take great pleasure in recommending to you the graduating class of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of presenting to you Allison Perkins Cohen, the Chief of Staff for City Schools.
Thank you so much, Principal Verde. It's just a pleasure to be here. This is what all of us who work in education look forward to, is being with young people like you who have persevered through so much during the last few years. You've persevered through all kinds of challenges that adults have never had to face, and you're here and you've made it through, and I'm so proud of all of you. So, acknowledging the certification and recommendation by Principal Verde and the incredible hard work of all the staff at Achievement Academy, and by the authority vested in me as Chief of Staff of Baltimore City Schools, I take pleasure in presenting to you the graduating class of 2022 for the conferring of diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of presenting to you Atira Griffin, Commissioner of the Board of City Schools.
Thank you, Chief Perkins-Cohen. Good morning. It is a beautiful day. You all have a wonderful day to graduate, and I say congratulations to you again. Now, I'm the last part of this spiel that gets you all officially graduated, so let me get on with it. In recognition of the certification of these graduates, the recommendation of the principal, and the acknowledgement of the Chief of Staff, and by virtue of the authority vested in me as Commissioner of Baltimore City School Board, I take pleasure in accepting the graduating class of 2022 for the conferring of high school diplomas. Congratulations.
Hello. Oh, it is on. I'm sorry. Okay, Anthony, come line up right here. Anthony Shane Battle. Shayla Marie Belcher. Troy Elijah Brown, Jr. Angel Marie Chaffin. Diara Lachey Cruz Harris. Raquel Dana Davis. Antonio Jerome Fillmore. Breasia Chantia Flowers. Cameron Gibran Gatling. Cache Tiana Hammond. Yatasia Destiny Harper. Amia Michael Izzard. Diamond Rosetta Johnson. Tanaja Tyara Shanaray Kenny. Okay, Tanaja Tyara Shanari Kenny. Cabria Jane Knight. Adamari Perez Marquez. Ashante Trini Pierre. O'Neill Estefan Sagado Abando. Jawan Allen Smith. Kiana Diamond Smith. Jamari Deshawn Snowden. Talena Ann Somerville. Then we have Tyshell Danae Tucker. She has already left for the United States Army. Suhey Vasquez Herrera. Akira Ayana Williams. Quanshay Ashanta Wise. Congratulations to the class of 2022.
For the traditional turning of the tassel to show that you are a high school graduate. Will all the graduates at this time turn your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left? You deserve all of that, all of that. As we close out today's ceremony, I'd like to leave you with a few words. I've just completed my 20th year as an educator in city schools. I have to say that in all of my years, I've never experienced a group of young people that just decided to grab hold of your own futures and push through the challenges. And you did it with love in your hearts. Your presence in our school this year has left a mark on all of us. You showed kindness, you had positive relationships, and you dedicated yourselves to your work better than we've ever seen in our school before. There's not one graduate in this room not capable of completing all of their life dreams. Graduates, lean on your family and friends when you need. Surround yourself with others that support your growth towards your goals. And even though you're done with high school, we will always be here for you. In your first 13 years of school, you've been through a lot. And through it all, we love you, we will miss you, and you'll always have a special place in my heart. And now to my 6th graduating class as principal of Achievement Academy, I'm going to ask one last thing of you. Graduates of the class of 2022, please stand one final time for me in front of your family and friends and educators that have supported you in your journey. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Achievement Academy's graduating class of 2022.